Actually, it depends on how Ten Hag and his team, scouting team, football director, manages negotiations. Because it's really hard to convince players who now see United. Yes, the brand is big. Everybody knows United, but they see United as disarray. Everybody sees that your owners are not doing a good job.
Yeah,
right? Let me finish. Right, so you all have a difficult job to convince players and their families and their agents to say, let's put money aside. If I were to choose Liverpool, Klopp can develop me, Pep can develop me, and the team is going for success. That means there's a lot of players in there who can motivate and develop me as well. Manchester United, what can they offer me?
As a club, but you're saying as a manager that is bringing his player from Ajax, these players have worked for him at least 3 years. He knows what he's capable of. One thing, United might be in the slump, in the downfall, but if let's say Eric Ten Hag can actually pull it up a bit to slightly a better position. No, I'm not asking for heading that top 4, top 5. These are yo-yo.
That's why I say, what's his pulling factor? Because once Bayern comes in, one of the Bundesliga teams comes in, or even Italian teams comes in, right? How much Ten Hag can pull and convince these players?
What pulling factor does he has? Okay, if let's say I'm a player and you are Ten Hag, how do you want to sell your team to make me sign? What are the at least 2 or 3 points that you have that can convince me to sign if I have other big teams knocking on my door?
Yep. I have Bayern, I have maybe Juve, who wants to strengthen.
You may not play every week. You may not play week in, week out. You may be a sub most of the time. That's one thing. You work under me before. You know my routine.
No, don't talk about AX players. Let's talk about a general.
No lah, AX first. AX first.
This is 2 things.
Yeah.
2 or 3 reasons.
At least.
What you have lah.
If you have more, better lah.
First is, you may not play week in, week out with big teams like this.
Okay.
I haven't gone to United, but a lot of their players might be gone. Okay, I may put them on bench because I have seen how they play. That's why I need the 2 weeks to analyze their weak point, strong point, to see whether that is fit into my system. But upfront itself, I'm telling you, I'm getting you because I know your strength. I think United is weak on this area, which I will put you in, and you will be partnering with Van de Beek. Very highly possibility. If let's say
using
central,
other players as a pulling factor as well.
And furthermore, Ronaldo likelihood will be staying there. Okay, he will be a pulling factor in some way.
Factor by himself. Okay.
Okay. Financially, I don't think United will be very afraid of giving wages in some ways. Okay, these are a few things that to Ajax against you guys financially, we are slightly 20-30% above you guys. You guys definitely overrun because you may have the money, but your boss don't want to release. This is another story another day. But United,
we did spend.
Yeah, but the thing is, we
on a better ROI actually.
Yeah, but the thing is, when they sign Ramsey, everyone is doubting it.
Ramsey?
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale, sorry.
Ramsdale.
You know, everyone is doubting.
Ramsey is at
because the thing
He
is,
wanted to come to Arsenal.
because I'm also scared because you sign a relegation player, which is always a jinx in some ways. So I'm not jinxing, but it's a jinx to a lot of teams. They signed and then they went down. And it was showing the starting of the thing. I was like, don't worry, he's doing well right now.
I say already, Arsenal should behave like a middle table team. So they did sign middle table players.
And if you ask me,
a good investment.
Why sign players when your club, inside the club has certain good players you can plug and throw and plug and throw? That's one thing. The only areas that really have to look at is the centre back and really the goalkeeper. De Gea is getting old. 32, next year 33, 34.
That's old.
Buffon, quite old also.
If you look long term,
34 years old.
No. If you look long term itself, he need to be replaced in the next 2-3 minimum. You're looking at 2 seasons next when he's reaching 35. he can't perform year in year out with this sort of long stretch, all those stuff.
I think goalkeepers aside, okay, let's not talk about goalkeepers, because goalkeepers is probably the only position that the older you are, the more experience you have.
Peter Cech.
Yes, so it's actually quite a given that an older goalkeeper can perform well,
But you also can
provided that you have proper defense in front of you.
correct. But the thing is, if you get injured, long day injured, because you get time to recover. If you ask me, players to buy, I do not know where to buy right now.
No, it's about convincing, not about where to buy.
Yeah.
Convincing itself, you're playing with players like Ronaldo, and this is one of the pulling factors. That's one thing, and you're playing one of the biggest clubs. And if let's say you are playing with Juventus, the defender from some club, the Delight or something,
Delete. Yeah.
If I want to convince him to partner with Varane, you're partnering with one of the world class defenders, and you're partnering with one of the best goalkeeper. And you have Bruno, you have these are the players that you can attract in, because by telling them you are there.
Interesting, yeah.
And you are saying that, do you know that in years to come you might be the captain, because Bruno is getting into age as well. He's 26, 27. The lead is 25. He might just take over the captaincy. The Gea, 2 years retired. Who is the vice captain? I mean,
Okay, so these are the selling
These
points.
are the selling points. Where do I say?
Wow.
Yeah, actually, it's quite convincing. I have to say that yes, you have what the points that you have.
United, you want to get director. Yeah, I'm here.
Join Arsenal.
I don't want to burst your bubble, but the points that you have is valid. It's just that it still makes an interesting viewership that something that we can track, because as long as whatever Ten Hag wants and the project that he has, and if he's able to convince the players, like how you say, like trust the process, borrowing from what Teta said, trust the process, trust the project that he has, get the players in, the board has support him. And so far the board has been, United's board is probably one of the most hectic. Sometimes do this by themselves, sometimes go haywire, buy Ronaldo and all that, right? Okay, Ronaldo being maybe a slight positive to a lot of Manchester United fans lah, but they can go haywire and say something like, Ten Hag, maybe we don't give you this control lah, let us do it. No, they will make decisions out of whim and not support the manager, right? Even though when they sign Ten Hag, they already promised him to give him full control.
They can try. I guarantee you they
That's
can try.
why I say this transfer window is interesting.
I don't know, that's why I say.
No, I'm telling you, the board can try.
Yeah, but from recent events,
Yes, for the
they
past
have
few
not
years.
proven
Correct.
that they have made.
But the
the
thing
right
is, they
decisions.
did sign good players. Like we don't say whether is it a flaw.
Okay.
They signed Sancho. Is what the fans want in the last few years.
Yeah.
Varane
Only after protest.
That's where I'm coming from. How many protests can they take from FA? The fines. If protest more than 3 times, 4 times, they can be deducted in points. If the FA,
that's true.
If the FA want, do you think as an investor I want my team to go into that?
Yeah,
I will.
invest in Arsenal, huh?
I will like okay. If going to go into points, every fans throw things, abuse.
Rowdy.
As the owner itself, I'm also afraid.
Yeah.
No matter how I'm going to squeeze United as a cash cow itself, I will release, because the fans won't care. You arrest me, I charge into the pitch. I disrupt the game. I go inside, I slap the player. The players can do anything to me. For example, there is incident like this.
So basically, fans, as long as they see a drastic change, they don't mind the team being relegated or anything lah. Deduct points lah, kena punishment lah.
No, the thing
It's
is
better than nothing. It's better than the current situation.
So basically, it's like that. So at the moment, right, this is a dire situation that they have. Yes, the board doesn't want to risk it. I have said before, I think, your board may not want to risk it, but having satisfied the fans so far with like Varane, with the Sancho purchase, fans still protest. And then Ten Hag, they promise this, so they may give you a bit, but they take a lot. See, that's what I'm saying. They have this track record of giving you a bit, but until they cannot pressure, then they will give you something. but they still take a lot.
So
still
it's like they give you, okay, we get CR7, but they never give Rangnick the power that he wants.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And they get rid of
promise
Ole.
No, isn't that something that I would like to agree with the board? Why must I give Rangnick the power right now?
Okay, but most Manchester United fans actually were quite happy with when Rangnick came.
He's.
You said this so many times.
Yeah, your reaction is because Rangnick has proven to be chalat, but the
You're
way
right
he does,
whatever you said before
whatever
he
you
came
said,
in,
yeah,
right?
correct.
He is no longer in charge of any team. He is that consultant role. It's very, very wrong way of getting a guy who is good in from far.
analysis.
As I mentioned, why sack Ole? Then might as well you guide Ole. Maybe we are in the title.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. Because
that's the decision of the board.
When the board, that's the decision of the board to bring Rangnick in. That's what I'm saying. The track record that the board has is not so good.
Yeah, that's where they I think they have learned.
I see.
They have
a lot
learned.
of clubs also learn.
They may have learned. Rangnick came in. Everyone, wow, he's good. He's that. A couple of United fans, wow. Look at I Google. Okay, let's see how. I do not know where he is. I know that he built and scout for players for very cheap at Haaland. These are players and boom, 50, 100, whatsoever price to let the club earn some money. But I always say if you let the players rest too long, muscle memory is lost, doesn't know how to play anymore. It's the same thing. He has that tactical thing, but how long ago was it being used?
Yeah.
And Rangnick I understand. I agree with the frustration with Rangnick. I want to buy striker, Luis Diaz, who, but
the board don't support him.
why? I'm going to release the funds.
They want to wait until
Ten
Ten
Hag.
Hag comes in.
Who is Rangnick? Interim.
Yeah.
I want you to stir the
Fair enough.
stir the boat to
Steer the boat.
steer the boat to a safety
不是 stir 啦，是贴的。
Nipoli. Not Nipoli. Okay? Yeah.
Napoli.
Napoli. I too quick want to
Shit.
to
I understand.
I mean, for Manchester United fans, right? If you look at Chelsea, when managers come in, even though they are not interim, but they come in for just a short while. Ancelotti, and who's that ex-player who comes in and suddenly
Di Matteo.
yes, Di Matteo. Yeah. They come in. Even Tuchel came in. He has a huge impact. He has a huge impact in just a short period of time. Right?
Carlo is a very experienced Di
Matteo is not.
But he is a player like Ole. But Rangnick
Ole never win Champions League.
Rangnick resume thick.
but
Yeah, because he guides.
So I think the whole season the only point that I'm very on track is the Rangnick
shouldn't
you question Rangnick
shouldn't
signing.
come in at that time.
Yeah, you question Rangnick signing.
Yeah.
The only thing is that
I
I'm
don't-
saying is that my point is your board has been very volatile.
They are also consistent in
Sometimes
their bad
release.
decisions.
Yeah, they are also making.
I
bad
think the only
decisions.
good one is when Rangnick
CR7 lah.
the Rangnick was the deal on 3 on I cannot do it. That's why I think that you are interim.
But I understand. Yep, you are saying that they are keeping it until Ten Hag.
Why must I spend another
Yeah,
80 million or 50 million
Yeah.
when players come in and don't perform?
Correct. Yeah.
And my next manager, I want another 200 million.
Yeah, that's true. Acceptable. If you follow Arsenal,
I will never like it.
buy from Wolves. Buy players from Wolves.
I don't mind buying.
Buy players from West Ham.
I don't mind buying Neves
Yeah.
from Wolf.
Yeah. Arsenal also rumored to want Neves.
Okay.
There is Kevin Phillips. I don't
Brentford.
mind.
There's lots of good players from Brentford as well.
I don't mind getting who is that guy?
Cucurella.
Kevin Phillips.
Kevin
From
Phillips.
Leeds. They are relegating already.
Yeah,
So
they're relegating.
I don't.
yeah. So Ten Hag don't need to go to AX to buy. Just buy.
I don't really want Rice.
Declan Rice. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. He's really good. I feel.
He's good, but
if you want instant, like not instant success, but you want a success that is in a shorter time, it's good to buy players who are familiar with the Premier League. So you got Leeds
That's
to
why
get
actually
from
Ten Hag has
Brentford.
to look at the teams that are in Premier League. So
But would you be open to that? Buying from Brighton, Brentford, Leeds, Wolves.
Wolves, I don't mind. Wolves have a couple of good players.
Together, come on.
I
Would
don't
you
mind
open to
getting
that?
Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
I think one of the section I'm saying, Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips. I rather get Phillips because he's that Roy Keane. He go into a tackle. He's a no nonsense type of thing. Calvin Phillips is more like a flair for boy.
Calvin Phillips or Declan Rice?
Rice. Sorry, Rice is more like he can like a bit of.
Don't confuse me. I easily confuse.
Calvin Phillips is more like a no nonsense type. I go in, I tackle, and that's it.
A red card.
Isn't what makes our his team and my team great because of Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira. We went in hard.
But
not History Channel. I mean, you need to have that heart in that when you wear a jersey, you must have that heart. You play for it. If let's say it's 50-50, you get red card, earn it. Earn the red card.
That's what Thiago does for Liverpool. That's what Fabinho does for Liverpool.
They go in. It's just that they were lucky the ball was not.
Yeah, they don't have that. Manchester United don't have that. As much as we don't like Granit Xhaka, he does that well.
He don't like
any.
Yeah.
They don't have.
That's the thing. This is a very good point that I want to address also. Ten Hag needs to bring back this kind of fire, and unfortunately, I think it's quite difficult. That Krusty the Clown, not Krusty the Clown, the hair that the guy, the youngster who played against us, and then he got a yellow card when he comes on.
His name also very funny.
Yeah, his name.
Annabelle.
Annabelle, correct. So he when he comes on. Gary Neville was so happy. He's saying that Keane also was so happy. Come in, get a yellow card. We want this kind of players to come in.
But he's a very no nonsense type of youngsters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying lah. I mean, Ten Hag has to revive this kind of fire. It may be a bit of a challenge actually to build this kind of fire.
No.
I'm saying that once Ten Hag sells all these idiots and virus, he still has to instill this confidence into the players that's coming in.
Yeah, that's where you install fear into the player, make it, leave it onto the pitch. Like the fear must come from within. The manager is there, I'm going to be fearful. Ronaldo is more like respect the manager, but youngsters itself look at the manager as a fatherly figure itself. That's where the fear and the respect will channel their whole entire thing onto the pitch itself. You have to sell these clowns away before you can implant the fear. Hannibal is playing for the youth team. I think the last night
Hannibal Lecter.
Last night the team the youth just won the FA Cup youth itself. Why we don't have that fire? Because it was so corrupted inside the dressing room. Why? Pogba is one of the culprit, which I very, very agree with Mourinho, because I don't like Pogba at the first sight as well.